am not exaggerating when I say I will be single for the rest of my life. I hope this answers some of your burning questions. My booty's not even that fat. Like, it's okay. Like, I'm a white girl. It's decent. You know, it's a decent booty.
Yeah, so this is just, it's just sad to watch, isn't it, guys? Like, it really is. It's just... Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and on today's episode we are going to be kicking it off with a clip from this woman who says, "I will be single for the rest of my life." Now, this is a woman with a rich dating history, and what I mean by that is she has been with a lot of dudes. She's still single, obviously. She has a fantastic attitude, so let's jump into it, guys. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Got a couple of clips lined up today. Let's jump into it.
I keep getting asked why I'm still single and why I don't date anybody and why I've chosen to be single. And I say I want to be single for the rest of my life. They just don't get it. So here's an example that I hope answers some of your burning questions.
I love how we are like, what, 5-10 seconds into the video, and already you can tell why this woman is single. She's incredibly unpleasant. You know, she's making a video here, but it already feels like we are being yelled at, okay? Imagine living with this. Imagine making this into your wife or girlfriend. This is why so many dudes choose to hook up with women and then not pursue anything serious, is because the women don't offer anything more. You know, you marry a woman like this, guys, and you're essentially just throwing away your sanity for no reason.
Recently, my ex, one of my exes, just reached out to me, and he was like, he messaged me on one of my social medias, and he was like, "I really need to talk to you." He made it sound super urgent, and he's like, "Can I call you soon?" And me, thinking that something was wrong and worried, I was like, "Yeah, here's my number. Are you okay?"
Gotta love a woman, guys, who, you know, still has access to all of her exes via social media. You know, who's just ready, willing, and able to give her phone number out to every single dude who hits her back up. You know, guys, like, instantly you can tell what type of a woman this is, okay? She's sitting here, she's yelling, "Oh, I'll be single for the rest of my life." Something tells me that this woman is quite literally man repellent, and the reason why she'll be single is because obviously the men that she wants will not want anything serious with her. When women have an attitude like this, guys, it's a very fast way to run away men who have any degree of self-respect. It doesn't matter how good you look, you know, it doesn't matter how well you apply makeup or, you know, any of these sorts of things. If you're an intolerable person, dudes would rather deal with a woman who's actually pleasant to be around. This is why so many of these women actually just lose in dating. Like, they literally just lose to women from Southeast Asia, okay, who have nothing to their name. The dudes would rather go over there and date those women instead, because at least when they talk to you, they're not actually yelling at you simultaneously.
And worried, I was like, "Yeah, here's my number. Are you okay?" It's been 6 years. 6 years, okay? So he calls me, and I answer. The first thing he asks me is if I still have that fat booty.
Do you guys see what I mean, by the way? Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about when I say that the men don't care about the women as people. Right? And the reason for that is because the women are intolerable. You know, like, these guys, obviously, what did you think he was calling you for your fantastic personality? I'm really confused where women get this idea, man, that they can just act a certain way, act like a terrible person who's a complete pain in the backside, and then they act like shocked and appalled when the men are only there for one reason. Okay? The equivalent, I like to bring this up as an equivalent so, you know, it's well understood here, is kind of like if a man just flaunts his money everywhere and that's all he has. He has no self-respect. You know, he hasn't got anything else going for him aside from money. He flaunts it in the face of women all the time, and then he complains that women only use him for money. Like, of course, that's going to be the situation. It's the exact same thing with these women, man. They're like, wow, I can't believe these men are only interested in me for my body, but they fail to provide anything else. Like, I wish it was some way different, guys, you know? Like, but the same women who complain about objectification, oh, men are objectifying me, they only want one thing, the same women quite literally offer nothing else. Very, very interesting how that works, but let's continue.
Have that fat booty. I am not exaggerating when I say I will be single for the rest of my life. I hope this answers some of your burning questions. My booty's not even that fat. Like, it's okay. Like, I'm a white girl. It's decent, you know, it's a decent booty.
Yeah, so this is just, it's just sad to watch, isn't it, guys? Like, it really is. It's just, you know, there's nothing you can do really except for sigh. Let out like a big, large sigh. Let's continue into this next video here. Haven't seen this one, but you know, all of these women who record these TikTok videos, nothing good ever comes of the videos. They essentially treat TikTok like it's their little personal therapist, by the way. Speaking of which, therapists must make so much money off of these women. You know, like anytime, if you're a therapist and you see a woman like this walk into your office or whatever, your day must just be instantly better because you know how much these people are worth to you. Because they're psychos. They have so much mental damage. They have so much mental baggage. You already know you've received a large payday. But let's continue into this clip and see what this woman is ranting about.
So what keeps me up at night are two specific things. One, now that my ex-boyfriend is now single, there are probably women sliding into his DMs and he's probably posting gym selfies again, and they're trying to shoot their shot because he looks like a really great person, and when you know him as a friend, he is a really great person, but it turns out he's actually like a cheater and has a really avoidant attachment style in relationships, and women are probably sliding in his DMs being like, oh my god, he's like such a catch, and he's like eating that shit up like he didn't have any consequences with me.
Okay, so here's the thing. If this man is so awful, right, if he's such a terrible person, why do you care? Do you know what I mean? Like, why would this be eating you up? This should be, you know, you should be counting your blessings here that you got away from this man. If he's so evil and he cheated on you and he's so terrible, why would you be concerned? You know, is this coming from a place of like, oh, I feel so much empathy for these future women? No, you don't. no, you don't. You're just jealous because there are other women sliding in the dude's DMs now. Now, obviously, cheating is not right, guys. I don't think that's the correct thing to do whatsoever. I think it's cringe. I don't care which gender you are. That's my stance on it. I've said it many times. But, you know, this woman isn't making this video out of a sense of empathy for other women. She's just jealous that other women are now going to be shooting their shot with this particular guy who's doing the gym selfies and whatnot. Okay, and again, if he's so awful, wouldn't you be happy that you're rid of the guy? You know, why makes no sense. Let's continue.
Attachment style in relationships, and women are probably sliding in his DMs being like, oh my god, he's like such a catch, and he's like eating that shit up like he didn't have any consequences with me. And B, he's also probably in therapy, and his therapist is telling him that he deserves love, and this just wasn't like the right love for him, and the right one will come along, and he just made a mistake, but he's not a bad person. Oh my god, spare me. Makes me so frustrated. I don't know.
Why do women post this crap, guys? Now, I already know the answer, and the answer is for attention. Okay? And like, you know, it sucks. If this woman got cheated on, obviously that's a terrible situation. I don't really wish that upon people, even if they are incredibly annoying. You know, I'm not going to go out of my way to maliciously hope that this happens to somebody. But why do we talk about it on TikTok? You know, it's really just for attention. I have seen, for example, let's just contrast this to men once again, okay? I have seen some of my friends or some dudes that I know in real life, okay, go through some of the most horrendous things you could possibly imagine. And not once have I ever seen any of them, whether it be friend, acquaintance, or somebody that I know of who's a dude. Never once have I seen one of their reactions be, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to post a TikTok video about it. I'm going to set up my phone and I'm going to talk about this very intimately difficult situation that I've been through to random strangers on the internet, guys. And this is why also, number one, you can never believe the women when they make the videos. Half the crap just isn't true whatsoever. That's number one. And number two, I struggle to empathize with people who have to publicly display these situations. You know, it makes no sense to me, guys. The last thing I think I would ever do would be recording a TikTok video like this one. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.